Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Grid Overtime. It is spring. I am Stumpy. He is Cole. You know how this goes by now. And we are now in the grand finals. It is German Amigos versus Team BDS. And Cole, we've got some breaking news.
We do have some breaking news. It is confirmed that German Amigos, by winning their semi-finals, you can see it here from the highest office there is at Liquipedia RL. At German Amigos, full stop, respect, are going to the at RL Esports hashtag RLCS European Spring Major, exclamation mark. At RizX45, at Ivan_RL, and at Catalysm RL have earned themselves a wildcard spot through hashtag the grid, exclamation mark. Good.
It's a little Tadar. The Tadar emoji. We love the Tadar emoji.
He does guild.
Just shut up and just speak. Like a person, instead of doing these asides. You're not in a sitcom and I hate you.
It's the laziest form of humor.
German Amigos have made it through to the major. That is absolutely gigantic for those guys. They're basically the only team left that couldn't make it through the RLCS X regional number 3 in spring, and so they've done it. That is huge. That is gigantic. And RizX has tweeted saying, again, against Team BDS, really good practice. I am so hyped. His capitals are all over the shop. I love it. Let's go! I'm looking forward to seeing how RizX does, because genuinely, I see them potentially beating BDS here.
I see them potentially beating BDS here as well. They are coming into this with just the utmost confidence. 4-0, a sweep against Dignitas. That is by no means easy, and they've had their detractors this season, have German Amigos, and they came into the grid. They were written off pretty much from the start. I remember in their first week, or their first day, should I say, they got either 3 wins or 2 wins, and we were all assuming, it was a good day for a bubble team. And then they started beating everybody and doing really well, and doing the same thing in regional number 2 as well. Unfortunately, they didn't qualify for regional number 3. It happens when you have to go through open qualifiers. You're sometimes going to miss out, but this is the team that's going to stick around. And we have to remember as well that they came together because RizX was dropped by Illusion, by Tadpole and the lads. He was a bit of a joke. I remember seeing comments on Twitter. People were saying, people had atted him in that, going, oh, again. Some people were saying that's unfair. Some were saying, if you keep getting dropped, there must be something you're doing wrong. But he stuck to it, did RizX. He was picked up by Catalysm and Ivan, and now they're in the finals, the grand finals of the grid. It is a genuine fairy tale.
Yeah, it's an absolute honor to see those guys in the grid facing off against what I would say is a top 10 team in North America. Team BDS, they are going to make it incredibly hard for German Amigos. We all saw BDS making it through to the grand finals. German Amigos were always that question mark. Could they do it on the day? And they are certainly hoping so. Last time these guys played, however, Cole, it was a 3-0 to Team BDS. That is not looking good for German Amigos. And that was in the grid as well.
That was in the grid, was it? Okay, yeah. So that was when BDS were just whirring their machine into existence, presumably, and putting German Amigos to the sword. Okay, that was when towards the end of Team BDS whirring their machine into existence. Right, okay, because German Amigos, I think they had a bad day. I think it was the last one that they had, but they struggled a little bit. And that was when I was starting to think, is their ship sailed? But it has not. And I'm really happy as well for Astral and Tofu Elliott, because they are up-and-coming casters. That is why they've been brought in to a team that doesn't have an org in German Amigos. They are doing this because they love RL Esports and they want to get involved. They want to stake their claim to be recognized as casters. And now here they are, casting a grand finals. And we'll hear a lot of them, I'm sure, on the main RL Esports channel. So it's another brilliant story for everyone involved in the German Amigos team from top to bottom.
Yeah, don't get nervous, guys. It's only 80,000 people. Ooh. You've got this. I am excited, Cole. I would love to hear what people have to say on Twitter. Use hashtag the grid. Who do you have winning this one? Will it be German Amigos, or are you feeling that BDS magic today? Use hashtag the grid on Twitter. Cole, before we listen in to how Tofu, Elliott, and Astral do, who do you have winning Grid Spring?
I said earlier on, German Amigos 4-3. I'm going to stick with that. German Amigos are going to upset Team BDS. They're just going to want it more. I said from the beginning, in the very first broadcast, there's only one team in EU that can justify not putting everything into the grid. That team was Team BDS. And whether or not that's what's happened, it probably is, because Monkey Moon's been using the battle bus. They still make it to the grand finals. But I think here, German Amigos, their desperation levels will make them play faster, more aggressively. They're going to have to play with confidence, and I think it's going to work out for them. So yeah, I'm sticking with 4-3 German Amigos.
I really worry, though, that they're going to fall into their trap of their qualifiers, and just when the pressure really comes down to it, they won't be able to hold. Because we've seen that from them before, with essentially lower-ish stakes, or very similar stakes to what they're at now. BDS have got that clutch factor, but I'm here for the fairy tale. German Amigos, let's win, let's get it. BDS will make it hard, so you've just got to send it back to them. Let's have a listen in and hear how Tofu Elliott and Astral do with Team BDS versus German Amigos.
They're still looking to play in the same playstyle they did against Dignitas, and let's hope it can work. The main thing is they need to get a goal within, the next couple of minutes, because we don't want to be going until late in this game where they haven't scored, and that was an issue in match day 5, but let's see what they've got. Let's see what they've got. This is the grand final.
Catalysm using the ceiling to his advantage there. Ivan doing the same as that one comes all the way to Monkey Moon on the goal line before being turned out. Rizex opting to steal the boost before going for the 50. Somehow still manages to get the better of it. German Amigos coming forward as Ivan gets the pass away, marked by 8. Doing what needed to be done. And Team BDS hanging on here. Not looking quite as comfortable as they might like.
It was a smart play by Monkey Moon to work that one out, and I thought he was going to get closed down a little bit quicker, but he didn't have any boost. So you know what, the German Amigos players taking their time. Catalysm with a shot, it goes just off the inside of the post. The outside of the post, sorry, and couldn't quite find its way in. So disappointing. They need to quickly get back and organise just to not concede on the counter from BDS, because they are very, very quick to capitalise on mistakes coming in. But that was a great chance. It shows they've got the confidence building. It would have been fantastic for them to get that goal and be back into the game by now, but still, it's showing good signs. It's showing that they're creating chances and they're still feeling good.
What a doink on right there from Rizex, and pressure mounting on BDS right now. They do manage to dispel it, but Catalysm looking to get the ball into blue territory. Ivan now in the corner with boost, but that slight disruption just stops him getting there. Marked by 8, trying to carry it out, and he will cut inside that German Amigos defensive rotation. Not worked out just yet for Team BDS, but they're coming forward pretty aggressively. Ivan with a good clear. Monkey Moon back alone as Rizex gets there with the 50. Catalysm's going to carry it up and looks to take it over Monkey Moon. It's well closed down in the air, and Team BDS seem to have a match for everything German Amigos are throwing forward offensively right now.
Yeah, they're coming forward pretty quickly, aren't they now, BDS? They're having little spells of taking their time to sit back and try and deal with the Amigos defense, but then coming forward. It's very similar, honestly, to the Dignitas matchup, but BDS are just a little bit more clinical and they're just a little bit more careful with the touches they make. They don't make such a sloppy disengage when they're coming out of the defense. And so it's gone down to that time I was hoping we weren't going to approach the minute mark where there's still a goal down, because it does add a little bit of pressure, and losing that first game wouldn't be ideal, but let's see what they've got. They've got a minute. They've certainly scored some great goals today. Let's see another one.
Ivan looking for a touch, won't find it. Extra now with a really good read to put that into the box. It's uncomfortable for German Amigos as the pass comes to Mark by 8 on the edge of the penalty box. Ivan's there, touches inside to Rizex, who gets the ball onto the blue backboard. Monkey Moon with the clear. Off of the ceiling, Mark by 8 doesn't find a touch, but almost fakes out Catalysm. But beautifully controlled onto his own backboard, takes the air drag out and down the center. Mark by 8. Cut out by Ivan, but pressure for the team in blue as they try to take it around the corner once again. The whiff opening up a space for German Amigos to make it work out of their own territory. That's a big clear and a little bit of a waste of possession, particularly against a team like Team BDS, Astral. You don't want to be giving the ball away too easily.
Yeah, they've got to be so careful with the ball. Last 20 seconds there. If they're going to score, they've got a little bit more offensive pressure still. They need to score now. Rizex going for the bump. Catalysm has the shot, but he can't find the target. Extra nearly found the counter-attack on the open net, but maybe one last chance if Catalysm can get this one up quickly. They might try and keep it up, though, but a pass towards the centre will get cut out by Monkey Moon, who's trying to drop it over to the far side. Ivan keeping it up again. Catalysm with a brilliant pass to mid. This couldn't be the one, could it? Rizex looking for Ivan. It's going to get shut down, though. BDS had it covered, and they do take game 1.
Very, very close game from both sides. Only a goal separating them at the end.
That's real close. That is a very nail-biting match 1 there in this series. What are you giggling at? What are you chuckling at, Stumpy? Did I not hear something?
No, so I was semi not paying attention. I just finished.
Respect.
Remember, like you take the last sip of your drink, and it's like, okay, that was a bit too much, and sort of like your cheeks are all full. I had that, and about at the same time as our producer saying, "Okay, you're back in now," I was saying, "My lips are covered in coffee." I was hoping that nobody heard.
Cool.
But that's why I was laughing as he came back in.
Well, you shouldn't need coffee, Stumpy Goblin, with this high-octane Rocket League going on as German Amigos attempts to claw their way back into this best of 7. $12,000 going to the winner of this series. Did you see enough from German Amigos for us to keep with our prediction of them winning this one?
I think so. It was only 1-0. That's really good. That is a great result. So, yeah, I've still got full faith that German Amigos can do it. Elliot was completely right, though. It's not the start that you want because German Amigos are a smaller, less tested team. It's going to be harder for every single game that they lose. It just adds on that pressure. It's just immensely. So, Team BDS, if you're their fan, just keep pushing on. Keep pushing against German Amigos. Make them stressed. Make them scared to be playing against the almighty BDS. And German Amigos, they need to take this series as if they were playing any other team.
Well, I think I speak for everyone when I say that I am sick of the sound of Stumpy Goblin's voice. So let's listen to Astral and Tofu Elliott in Game 2.
That seems harsh.
If they get a reverse sweep here, Astral, I'm taking it all the way to James Cameron. That is getting a bigger box office than Avatar or Titanic or maybe even Endgame. But we're a minute in without a goal. Team BDS threatening. But I think without an early break here for either side, we might end up in a bit of a stalemate like we did for 4.5 minutes in Game 1.
Yeah, but a stalemate is a much better place to be when the score is still 0-0. Extra is caught out a little bit here. He should get back in time though, but he has not got the most boost. But Marked by 8 demoing Catalysm should kind of kill that pressure, and that's something they got to watch out for. They did use bumps pretty nicely against Dignitas, but BDS are going to know how to use them themselves, and they've got to be prepared to watch out for them if a counter-attack does come out, but this time they're okay.
Monkey Moon. Rizex is there to stop Extra getting the shot away. Ivan was very aware of the disruption play, manages to steal the boost and back out into his spot in the rotation well. Rizex didn't have boost there and used his position to his advantage, baiting out that blue player, but they lose possession in the midfield. Ivan able to turn that onto the blue backboard. Monkey Moon doesn't have the boost and Ivan's there. There's the lead for German Amigos. Let's go.
I was watching that approach. I thought this is a very difficult one for Monkey Moon. It looks like it's going to go all the way up to the curve on the ceiling. It really, really does, and there's not much he can do about it. Watches it drop down behind him, and Ivan reads it perfectly. Extra and Marked by 8 putting trust in Monkey Moon in that situation, which fair play to them, they had to, but that's a difficult read, and you can see why Ivan's got the goal.
Ivan looking for a slight touch, but in the end, the miss almost working out better as a fake. Rizex's shot going to be turned away by Monkey Moon. His Catalysm can't get it around the corner. Extra will play it downfield. I don't know what he was attempting to do necessarily, but maybe just capture some territory. His Catalysm now 1v1 with the keeper. Gets the flick off. It's not quite on target. He had him beat, but keeper positioned well, knew where his posts were. I'm now halfway through Game 2. Still only a goal in it, Astral. Do you think the entire series is going to be this close?
Oh, it definitely could be. It's going to be interesting if it is, especially with such low scoring games as well, making it really tight, making it really cagey, and sort of adding a bit more pressure to it. I was hoping Catalysm was going to add a second in that 1v1 situation. He scored so many 1v1 goals, but maybe he can do something here. If Marked by 8 can't get the touch, he will, unfortunately. But in the good position. If the stalemate runs out, we're in the 1-0 lead, so it's where you want to be.
Ivan. Great pass to Rizex, and Rizex almost finds that bottom corner. Monkey Moon positioned well. German Amigos starting to use the space between the players to their advantage. Great passing, but have to be aware that Team BDS can do the same here as the team in blue come forward. Ivan carrying out to the midfield. Sorry, Rizex even. Ivan's in defense, and he won't be able to save that. What a shot from Extra.
Yeah, that's a missile. I've seen slow ones coming out of SpaceX. Look at this one from the midfield. There's not a lot that Ivan can do about this. Clanged into the top corner, 131 kph. A rocket. I don't think there's much that really they could have done about that. Just the positioning had to be a little bit better, but BDS, this is what they do, and they do it very, very well, and they catch teams out when they slow down and they're caught napping for a second. Back on level terms and a minute 30 to go. It's going to get difficult for the Amigos again, isn't it?
Certainly is, especially as they under pressure here, need to carry it out of defense and make it work all over again. But an opportunity here for Ivan. I don't think he could quite believe his eyes as that one unfolded in front of him. Didn't quite manage to get around it, and Team BDS very much get away with what could have been a cataclysmic error on their part. And now a chance for them to take the lead in game 2. That is really painful to watch.
Yeah, that's a tough one to take right in front of the net with a 50-50 as well. I think Ivan pushing this one initially, just loses that to Extra slightly above the ball, and Mark by 8 gets the follow-up before Catalysm so close to getting across to that one. But credit to Extra taking that 50 in that situation. It's always going to make it awkward, isn't it, for the Amigos boys? And now they've got to get a 55-second reply as they come forward again. Rizek's trying to find Ivan, but the pass a little bit too close as they just sort of came together, and it came out as more of a pinch than a pass. And I hate to see them under this much pressure as BDS come forward again. It's going to be very difficult from here, Elliot.
Monkey Moon almost finds an angle to put that on net, but Team BDS up by 1 in the last minute. Familiar territory for the Amigos, and they need to figure out how to break down this defense under pressure if they're going to have a chance of taking a result here in game number 2. 20 seconds left on the clock as Ivan goes up for the fake on the wall. Catalysm looking to take it underneath the defender. It's creativity abounding from this Amigos side as they try to get something, but it's a little bit too scrambly. The professionalism of the semi-final has started to dissolve under the pressure of this Team BDS challenge. Ivan doing well to keep up the ball on 0 seconds. Extra going to do what he can to kill it in the corner. And he's managed. German Amigos can't get there. Team BDS take game 2.
Yeah, and I think it's important to mention as well that in a way, that semi-final against Dignitas was the final for Amigos.
Okay, Cole, it's looking dire. Topher Elliott is taking notes. He's writing down and saying, Ivan should have turned quicker to score that 1 goal. Because he didn't do that.
You were weirdly
I know
mean.
you're going to excuse him, but no, Cole, because it's time for Team BDS to stop being as good as they are. We don't want this to be a 4-0. We can't end the grid spring. There's been an amazing season so far with a 4-0. Everybody, take to Twitter. Hashtag the grid. Give German Amigos your energy.
Yep.
Equally, if you're a Team BDS fan, fire back. Keep firing them up, but give BDS your energy as much as you possibly can because there are so many of you that are passionate about these guys. Show it. Why not?
I want to see some armchair analysis. What do you think these players need to do differently to do better? How do they get under the skin of Team BDS? How do they turn this one around? I still believe German Amigos are well in this one. Okay, game 1, only 1 goal in it. Game 2, only 1 goal in it. Game 3, negative 1 goal in it. Because German Amigos are going to win it 7-6, bro.
It's going to be a 13-goal thriller.
Here it
That's
comes.
the first one.
There it is. 1 out of 13. Let's go.
When German Amigos are playing, and Catalysm has remembered that fact as he bags the first in game 3.
They've got the opening goal. You absolutely love it. Mark by 8 and Monkey Moon just double committing there, allowing the space to open up. Ivan sends it through and down the field, and this is where you want to be. 24 seconds in, German Amigos get the opening goal. They get themselves into the lead again, and they're going to get a second. Catalysm doubling his money within 30 seconds.
Inside 30 seconds as well in game 3. German Amigos have just doubled the amount of goals that they had scored in games 1 and 2 combined. Fantastic confidence here as they take Team BDS by surprise, and I don't think the team in blue knows exactly what's hitting Astral.
No, this is a great way to start things out and really put BDS under some kind of strain and pressure. Catalysm looking for an early hat-trick. That would be a great way to make a story and try and come back in this series, wouldn't it? But now they've got to focus. They're in the lead. Let's not give away any silly goals and get BDS back into this game. But this has been a brilliant start. And we've seen Catalysm in previous games, in previous series, come out and get a couple of early goals. We saw Rizek do it earlier on as well. And you know what? They always play well when they do that. So I hope we can continue with a similar pattern.
1 minute gone and a 2-0 lead for German Amigos in game 3 will hopefully give fans some respite from their concerns, at least momentarily, but I'm sure the nail-biting continues as Rizek's threads are passed through to himself, ultimately, as he takes it up the sidewall, down off of the ceiling, gets a 50 with Extra, but Monkey Moon's pinch going to be turned back into dangerous territory here by Ivan, and I don't think any Amigos were expecting that to unfold in their favor to the extent that it did, but perhaps a little bit of conservatism is a good thing here. Better to stay in the control of a definite 2-0 lead than to risk going 2-1 trying to get a 3-0.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. I think obviously risking giving up too much pressure the other way could also be a concern, but Ivan got into that really good place to create that chance, and I don't think his teammates expected it. The 50 he got to get it towards the middle was a brilliant play. His extra's trying to fake out Catalysm, but he does get a double 50, which should allow Amigos plenty of time to hopefully get this one clear. Although Rizex does get beat in the middle. Extra's shot turned away again by Catalysm, who seems very, very on form, doesn't he, in this game number 3.
Shot. Never going to be a challenge for Catalysm, although the clear perhaps leaves something to be desired. Rizex, though, with fantastic control, just needs to drop it under. Oh, my God. Oh, please, someone fetch the sanitizer. That is filthy.
Oh, Rizex taker, Bowson carries it underneath Extra, past Monkey Moon as well to finish it off. BDS, the best team in Europe. They're getting absolutely dismantled at the moment by the Amigos. That's a phenomenal goal from Rizex.
Almost halfway through game 3, and it's a 3-0 lead for German Amigos, who are certainly looking more confident, but need to make sure that that does not transform itself into arrogance, as Team BDS still a very big threat indeed, and indeed still in the lead in this grand final series, but certainly a better showing from the Amigos here, as Ivan manages to get a touch, but only as far as marked by 8, looking for that pass to the inside. Extra and Monkey Moon pushed up pretty high. Team BDS know they need a goal. What an angle by Monkey Moon. Catalysm there with a relatively straightforward save, but he's done well to turn it on target in the first place. Team BDS now playing an extremely high line, Astral. They're leaving themselves vulnerable to counter-attack.
Well, they have to, don't they? They've got a minute 45 to try and get 3 goals, and they're yet to get a goal in this game. Like you say, Catalysm, that save should have been fairly easy, but he did come from behind the goal line as that pinch pass nearly works a charm. Rizex almost find it on target, but not quite. German Amigos not quite done, though. Looking for a 4th if Catalysm can get through. He's been just absolutely on fire, and I think this is going to be a huge comeback effort now from BDS, and I think it's going to be a little bit too much for them, to be honest with you, but that's got to credit German Amigos. This has been a brilliant performance in game 3.
Monkey Moon coming forward, looking to get the pinch on the backboard to put it in front of net. Defended well by Rizex. The pass to Extra is good, and he'll find the target, but not enough power to wake a sleeping kitten, and certainly not enough to challenge this German Amigos defense. As we enter the last 60 seconds of play, Team BDS down by 3. Certainly unfamiliar territory. Almost an own goal there as a more unfortunate bounce would have put it back into the defender. But Astral, I'm wondering, could we see this awaken German Amigos to a route to victory in the series, or are we going to see BDS come out even better in game 4?
Well, it's hard to say, isn't it? I think BDS, they're not a team that's used to losing, and we saw when they lost a couple of games for the first time, it didn't really go their way, but they did bounce back stronger than ever, and I think they can do exactly the same here in the series, unfortunately, but only winning 1 game, it still does mean German Amigos down by a game in the series. Rizex with a very interesting touch coming off the wall, but you can see the Amigos just sitting back into their own half just to try and secure this game and get it over the line, as it pretty much looks done and dusted now with 10 seconds. But going into the next game, Ellie, I think it's going to be just as stressful as this one, and Team BDS are just going to be just as strong as they were in the first couple in this series, so no rest for German Amigos at any point.
Well, German Amigos take game 3 and get themselves onto the scoreboard in the grand final of this grid split. And Team BDS in that game, well, I say in that game, still ongoing as the ball drops to the floor. And we finally see the end of it. 12 shots coming out from the team in blue and not a single goal, Astral. What a defensive performance from the Amigos.
Yeah, 6 saves from Catalysm.
They got a game! They got a game! Come on, German Amigos got a game!
Obviously.
The Twitter love worked!
Yep.
The Twitter love worked! They're doing it! Ah!
I'm going to be honest, I haven't been checking. I actually forgot to because I was so engrossed watching that match right there. Where German Amigos 3-0 as well. Unbelievable scenes right there. Not quite the 13 goal thriller
13.
that I predicted, the 7-6. But what are you going to do? I think that despite letting me down, German Amigos will be pretty happy with that. They are good, aren't they? They're a proper team. I love them. They're brilliant.
They're pretty decent, mate. They're pretty decent. Big man at Danny Zen tweeted, #TheGrid, let's go German Amigos. Bring the fight to Team BDS and take this to Game 7. Could have been game 6, but he wanted BDS to win another one, which I really respect.
Let's listen back to see if BDS do win another one.
Not looking to overcommit early, which I like, Astral, because I worried that they would come out a little bit too quickly in game 4.
Yeah, and I think in a lot of their games we've either seen them score in the first 30 seconds or concede in the first 30 seconds, and there it has to happen, doesn't it? I open my mouth. Marked by 8 finishes this one off, but look, before I even say anything else, this is a great goal by BDS. That pass from Monkey Moon, absolutely phenomenal. Got to give them credit for that.
I mean, that's exactly what we were talking about at the end of the last game, wasn't it? Team BDS are just always constantly a threat, and that is why they're such a good team. They can make such good plays happen. Catalysm almost going to be able to get a decent ground pinch off there, but didn't quite get the power he'd hoped for. And German Amigos now down by 1 inside the first 30 seconds of game 4, but it doesn't look to have hit their confidence too hard. And I would like to see them use demos a little bit more than they have been so far in this series, because I just think that could be a really, I don't want to say easy. It's never going to be easy. Team BDS are not going to make it easy to demo them, but you know what I mean. It's a streamlined route to take someone out of the defensive rotation and create space where there might otherwise not ever be any.
Yeah, and they don't have to take that away from Catalysm's creation either, because he's usually the one that's getting the goals. He's the one on the offense a lot of the time, and we saw when it worked for them against Dignitas, it was Ivan and Rizex, but that one's gone all the way through. Ivan's just taken it and gone, nope, I'm slotting it in. Nobody in the net for BDS other than the player pressuring the ball, and he wasn't quick enough. Back on the board.
Marked by 8's just there, and he's never reading Monkey Man playing that straight in to the oncoming Ivan. Beautiful deflection straight in to the BDS goal to bring us all square at the 90-second mark here. It's down in front of the blue net. There's an opportunity, and Ivan doesn't need to be asked twice. 2-1 to the Amigos.
Well, he does need to be asked twice, but that's to get 2 goals, not 1, Elliot. Great way to turn things around in such a short period of time. 15 seconds, I think, between the 2 goals. Not a lot at all, and to get them back into the lead after taking an early dint in conceding shows that they've not been knocked one bit. They're coming out as strong as ever. 2 fantastic goals. And let's see what BDS can do about it. They're looking a little bit shaky, aren't they, in the defense? BDS's rotation definitely not perfect in conceding those.
Monkey Man 50 with Ivan doesn't favor him, but marked by 8. Attempting to clear up the mess. Catalysm with a little bit of space here. Extras up very well. It can be difficult at times to read the area, whether the player's trying to take it over or under, and Team BDS have done exceptionally well at reading the aerial plays coming out from Rizex and Catalysm in particular. I wonder if that means that they should make less use of it or try to keep their passes on the ground, or maybe I should just leave the analysis to you, Astral.
Yeah, because it looks like they're going to score, but Catalysm makes a save. Rizex should make the follow-up as well. Just in time. Every time, Elliot, you start to talk, you start breaking down the gameplay, BDS come banging on the door. They did it against Dignitas. You can't help yourself, can you? Don't give BDS a chance. Let's see Rizex get this one clear and not invite any more pressure from this French side, because every time they get forward, they look like it's going to spell trouble, and they've had a consistent bit of pressure there, but looks like we've hopefully dissolved this one, but I don't want to speak too soon. Extra shot nearly finding the top of the net.
Monkey Moon almost doing the same moments after. I'll try to keep my analysis brief as Team BDS come forward once again. Ivan with the hit out. Monkey Moon, fantastic pass inside to Extra. Double commit on the goal line to get it out. 2 minutes left as German Amigos starting to look a little bit frantic here, but that has bought them some space and some time, some room to breathe as Catalysm looks to take it up and over the front post defender. Stealing that canister as well, I think, is very important. Controlling the boost is a key way of stopping BDS going into the air, which is how they make most of their passing plays and goals. And German Amigos doing what they can, but they need to play more and more up the field if they are going to control all of the boosts on the field. 90 seconds left, Astral, still in the lead. Is there anything that Amigos need to do differently, or is it time to just park the bus?
No, I think they need to get forward, generate a little bit more pressure. They're inviting too much from BDS right now for my liking, and you know, if BDS have this much pressure, they'll find a crack, they'll get a demo, they'll do something, and I think putting them back under that bit of pressure, putting them in that little bit of concern You know, they could concede a third goal and it would potentially be game over, would make things a lot easier, because look at the shots coming in now from BDS. Marked by 8, a little bit too close to follow up from Monkey Moon, but if he was further back, it could have spelled disaster. The Amigos need to get this one away sooner rather than later, as Ivan, I think, nearly got a counter there, but marked by 8 just cutting that one out.
RLCS just trying to bait the player, and forward momentum doing bits for German Amigos, but they do have to be wary on the defense. A cheeky little bump into mark by 8 there, putting the ball in an awkward position for him and allowing RLCS to get a small clear. Ivan with the 50. That 50 hasn't worked out so well for him, and Catalysm has to face up to the disruption and get the ball at the front post. Fantastic work here from the Amigos in defense as RLCS looks for the pass to Ivan. He doesn't have any boost, so he can't quite wrap the car around it in time to get it on target. 16 seconds remaining here in game number 4. If it finishes with this scoreline, we are all square in the series. RLCS in the air, Extra able to get a touch, but it's not going to do very much. And now 0 seconds. We need to see Amigos kill the ball, and Team BDS need a 0-second equalizer. Extra puts it on target, but Ivan closes it down. Monkey Moon keeping the ball up. It hits the ceiling. Catalysm's there. Monkey Moon with the catch. He controls it, but he's lost it. Surely he's underneath it still. Somehow Team BDS are coming forward. Catalysm kills it. German Amigos take the game, and we're all square. We're even footing, and somehow this grand final has come down to what?
How on earth did Monkey Moon still catch that and keep that up at the end? We were both hoping that they scored it, but equally hoping that then German Amigos would get the very quick overtime goal just for that whole thing to pay off.
It was ridiculous. Like, we were both watching it, willing the ball to hit the floor, because we are, of course, Team German Amigos for this. Not that we're biased or anything. And then Monkey Moon made a touch that was behind him and in a really awkward angled position. And we were like, phew. And then suddenly, not only does he keep it up, he then gets a backflip flick with no boost to set up his teammates to come forward and keep the ball up at 0 seconds. Absolutely astounding. It's amazing that we're waxing lyrical here about Monkey Moon. He just lost. And yet still, he steals the show with something that ultimately led to nothing. He is just so good. But so too are German Amigos, who are back in the series, Stumpy.
Yep, it's now 2-2 in this series. Another tweet from @thesunderlad. Come on, German Amigos, just a few more games to win. Hashtag the grid, you got this. Woo. But not if Mark by 8 has anything to say about it. Let's listen once again to the phenomenal gameplay and the great casting from Tofu and Astral.
This series, stay tuned in. I think every single game, either BDS score 1 or German Amigos score 1 in the opening 30 seconds. It's been a worrying theme for the Amigos on the defensive side of things, but if it's them scoring, then fair play. I think it's a bit of a high risk, high reward type play that's not really done them too many favors, but it did get Catalysm 2 goals very early on in one of the earlier games. So we'll see what happens, but they've come back from worse than this, and I think they can start to build. But I said that BDS would come out firing, and so is RLCS, slotted into the bottom corner, straight past Monkey Moon, no chance, and German Amigos level it up.
RLCS underneath Extra, and I've been waiting all evening for that move to finally pay off, and there it is. What a moment. 30 seconds gone. We're all square, and this is really now just Clash of the Titans. German Amigos have proved that they deserve a tremendous amount of respect, and they're not going to lay down and just allow Team BDS to continue to be the best team in Europe unchallenged. It's a beautiful thing to watch, and all I can say is that I'm very entertained, Astro, and I think it's going to keep going that way.
Yeah, they really are stepping up to the plate big time, taking the fight to the big boys of BDS and not laying down. You know, they went 2-0 down in this series, and they could have said, look, BDS once again are too much for us, but they've come back. They've shown some real character to bring 2 games back to back, and now as they try and really carry the momentum that they have through, they got back into the game very quickly after conceding as well. We just want to see them get the next goal to get themselves into the lead and give them a little bit more confidence, because obviously they could concede at any moment with shots like that swooping towards the net from Extra. We know how dangerous BDS can be.
Catalysm gets his reset, takes it over to Monkey Moon's at the back. He saw it coming. I don't think anyone else did, but now an opportunity for BDS. Ivan up to the ceiling and looking for the pass to Catalysm. Extra is there in time to make sure it doesn't open up the blue defense. RLCS trying his luck out from the corner. Now Catalysm, as all of the players rotate perfectly into position in time to take their opportunity. Ivan stealing that mid boost as well gives him a little bit of an edge up the other end. Quick as you can say it, Team BDS are there with the counter attack. Catalysm uncomfortable here as he tries to air dribble off of his own backboard. This doesn't look good for Amigos. He kept it out though. Somehow momentarily it's off of the post. Ivan's there. It's still not in. German Amigos refuse to go a goal down. Monkey Man's trying to drop it over the top. That's opened it up. Surely Ivan's there again. I've never seen a Rocket League player use a brick wall for a vehicle instead of a car before, but somehow it's been allowed here in the grand final of the grid. And Ivan keeps this game 1-1 halfway through.
I think he's got about 5 handbrakes in that car just to slam it locked on the goal line and stop anything getting through. They've done a fantastic job to deal with that relentless pressure for so long. We do need to see them get forward though. They need to start creating something. Monkey Moo with a flip reset. Catalysm's kept it out again. Absolutely unreal, and the counter-attack starting to develop, thank goodness, because they're taking a lot of pressure. They're defending very well. They need this goal though. They need something to get them into the lead.
Rizex. Touch from Extra is actually quite awkward for his teammates. Monkey Moon's done what he can with it, but it's an opportunity for Catalysm to get forward with no boost. The recovery was good, not enough to beat Extra. Ivan looking for Rizex on the inside. Dangerous, though, as Rizex was facing the other way, and now Team BDS with a decent opportunity. Who else but Ivan to take it off of the backboard and over to the wing? Rizex with time, trying to play it under Extra, but he won't be beaten twice in the same manner. Monkey Moon gets a good challenge on Catalysm there as Rizex now taking control in the corner. They're not trying to rush it out of defense, but it is allowing Team BDS to maintain an awful lot of forward momentum as they keep coming forward, almost exposing a gap in the German Amigos defense there. Astral, 1 minute left, and I don't know how long the Amigos can survive this onslaught.
Yeah, it's a rough one to watch, isn't it, for sure. The backboard keeps getting peppered. There's plenty of fancy chances coming in from BDS. Marked by 8, though, struggling for boost. Maybe they can catch them out, but they need to start putting this ball higher up the field, like you say. And I think it's a goal going back to that aerial play that you mentioned in the previous game. They need to bring that in a little bit more consistently. Extra's demo onto Rizex might open things up quite dangerously, but they have dealt with it for now, and they're going to have to deal with another one. Catalysm doing what he can to throw himself across the net and stop any kind of shot coming in, despite his teammates being taken off the field. I mean, the character from this German Amigos player is absolutely brilliant.
Extra onto the backboard, and it's only 2 defenders left, but Rizex doesn't need any help. Great save there. Catalysm now with Rizex to his right. Well read by Monkey Moon as Rizex goes forward hunting for a disruption. 10 seconds left. That might not have been the safest play as Team BDS come forward once again. Ivan at the front post clearing it out. We might be looking at our first overtime of the grand final. Team BDS looking for a 0-second goal marked by 8. Kills it. And game 5, we've got overtime.
Oh, an overtime to put one team on series point adds all that more pressure. Let's not see a kickoff goal come in, because we've seen quite a few of them, and it would be a disaster to get things going that way. Ivan.
On va voir s'ils vont poursuivre, mais les BDS ils insistent et ça va finir par passer. On y croit au Catalysme. Alors on ne sait pas s'il se manque ou s'il laisse volontairement passer ce ballon. En tout cas, une chose est sûre, c'est qu'Extra il peut pousser, mais ça va être rendu. Allez, Catalysme, on lui offre une nouvelle save et une bonne démolition. 5e démolition de la part d'Extra. On essaye de briser la défense, hein. 6 démos, là je compte avec Monkey Moon. Ouais, on essaie de démolir du côté de BDS et malgré ça, on a toujours quelqu'un sur le ballon du côté de German Amigos. Et Catalysme dans les airs avec un reset à reprendre. Et Monkey Moon finalement qui peut sauver comme il peut ce ballon. Il va s'élancer sur le côté gauche.
Ils ont quelques motivations à démolir la défense des German Amigos, hein, parce que quand ça fait presque 6 minutes que tu frappes sans relâche et qu'il y a toujours un gars en araignée dans la lucarne, oui, au bout d'un moment, on a envie de les démolir et de ne plus les voir réapparaître sur ce terrain là. Je peux comprendre ces envies là du côté de la team BDS, mais pour le moment on est toujours là en overtime. Ils ne craquent pas. Quelle envie hein, du côté des German Amigos. Eux qui pourtant, on le rappelle, sont qualifiés pour le Major, même en cas de défaite. Hein, donc ils jouent vraiment pour
For anybody in Twitch chat wondering why the stream was in French, it's because Team BDS are a French org. Anyway, let's go back to German Amigos and hear them continue this OT in English.
Follow-up can't quite turn it in, but maybe we can see them have some counters now, Elliot. Maybe they've found a turn for this pressure as Monkey Moon gets taken off the field as well, and German Amigos finally finding a little bit of form going forward.
I'm hoping we might see a reversal of what we saw against Team BDS just yesterday in match day 5. German Amigos had a lot of pressure in those games, and they didn't seem to be able to capitalize. And then that pressure deflated each time Team BDS managed to hold on for a certain amount of time and then just find a snap goal. That's what I'd like to see the reverse of here. Team BDS with all the pressure but unable to make anything of it. Can we see German Amigos find that pin in the balloon? It's only one way to find out, isn't there? And it's all down to these boys as Ivan gonna stay on that corner spot waiting for the corner boost. Rizex finds a save and a clear. His Catalysm going to wait underneath it, perhaps just a touch too long. Marked by 8 with no boost, but a lot of offensive pressure. The aggression coming out from Team BDS seems unrelenting as Extra takes the ball away from the orange player. Rizex onto the backboard. The touch from Extra actually helping Amigos out here as the ball's in a safer position as Monkey Moon turns it back into a more dangerous one. Rizex will find a controlling touch, but here, at last, an opportunity for the Amigos to break downfield. Marked by 8, turns it onto his own backboard, but possession is given away again, and luckily for the Amigos, Team BDS have given it straight back, but there is a little bit of a tendency to just hit the ball away, Astral.
Yeah, they need to do a little bit better, I think, at keeping possession, but it comes with the clearances as well. The clearances have been short, I think, but with how high BDS are rotating up the field, they need to be further down. They need to just absolutely hoof it to find a little bit of space, as you saw they did a minute ago when they finally got free. But like you said, then they just cleared it away and lost the ball again. So they've got to start using this possession a little bit better. They've got to be careful of these flicks, as Rizex has just demonstrated in the corner. Finally, a pinch might find them a little bit of space, but I think the problem is they're having to drop back to get boost. Catalysm and Ivan both going for boost, leaving Rizex all by himself. And now Monkey Moon's gone for the minute. Demo, he's going to slam it in. Team BDS will take down Amigos in game 5.
You could see that one coming from the moment.
Oh là, Monkey Moon, il était trop vénère. Tu sens le ras-le-bol des joueurs. Catalyst, il est là à chaque fois. Bah, pas cette fois, mon gars. On vient te plaquer au sol, dans les cages, en même temps que le ballon.
Alors, combien d'arrêts,
avec une nouvelle fois. 60...
BDS managed to take it eventually in that overtime after we switched over to the German Amigo stream, obviously speaking the Queen's American. That was a very good overtime because German Amigos, but almost the entire match, they just sat back and they waited, and it lasted for what, about 10 minutes or so, but you just felt like Team BDS were eventually going to break through that wall.
Yeah, 10 saves between the German Amigos team. And they were proper saves. They were diving in from the side, 0 boost. You expect to see the net bulge, and then suddenly there is a big old German Amigo. But the famously Swiss org, Team BDS, they just keep on coming. And when Monkey Moon has that much space in overtime, he's going to do something with it. It was the classic tap and then demo in the aerial. Absolutely love it. The scourge of 1 versus 1 is the bump air dribble, or the air dribble bump. And it worked there for Team BDS. So, the best team in the world, potentially 1 game away from winning the best competition in the world, the grid. But German Amigos will have something to say about it. Let's hear what that something to say is.
They have that kind of morale, you know, and that mental state to come back from being in this situation under an incredible amount of pressure. It has to be said, for a team that's not really that experienced in terms of making it all the way into semi-finals and grand finals in this big competition compared to the likes of BDS. So they've done a great job so far, but we need to see a little bit more, don't we? We need to see some more disruptions, some demos, some really, really testing BDS at the far end of the field.
Touch up from Rizex. Ends up in midfield at the wing. Catalysm's there first. Has a little bit of time, actually. Controlling touch just slightly too heavy. Monkey Moon now cut down by Rizex in midfield. Just under a minute gone so far in game 6, as Rizex didn't quite find even the slightest of touches. But German Amigos looking a bit brighter, a bit more positive already in game 2. Team BDS already forced to make 2 saves, doubling the amount that they made all game last time. And a defensive error here from Team BDS won't be punished. German Amigos sat quite far back at the moment, Astral.
Yeah, an interesting one. That looked very, very awkward for Monkey Moon in the defense, but we didn't see Rizex commit. He took his time, expecting maybe a mistake, but Monkey Moon just did enough to get himself in the way of the ball and stop Rizex taking a shot. And I think he should have just gone for it, to be honest, and found a way to break through as BDS try and get a shot away now. They did have a bit of a double commit, but they need to make sure they beat Mark by 8, and they're not going to do that. This is the problem with getting the ball clear. You know, they beat out 2 men there, but they've got to make sure that that man comes flying in very quickly as they get the ball over him, and failing to do it on a repeated basis is really stopping them getting it clear as finally Ivan gets a big ball downfield.
Monkey Moon can't play it out of defense. Extra Demo and Catalysm, just as you pointed out, between series. Team BDS more than happy to take advantage of that gameplay style, even if German Amigos aren't yet. Extra with the Kuxir pinch. Lovely little passing play. Finds its way to Ivan, the control and the pinch with
Brilliant.
the defender. Oh, it's absolutely supreme.
I'm going with 200 IQ. I'm going he's tendered this all along. We'll see what Monkey Moon was trying to block it. I think if anything, Ivan just forces it into him, says, you know what, I don't want the shot. You can take it for me. And that's going to get buried into the back of the net by one of the BDS players. But of course, it was all coming from the German Amigos. Halfway through this game, they didn't concede an early goal, thankfully, despite all the pressure. And now they've got themselves into the lead. It's the best place to be, but they've taken a lot of pressure. Let's see if they can continue to deal with it.
We're halfway through. I blinked and we are halfway through game 6 somehow already. 1-0 is the score. German Amigos hanging in there. Rizek's now on his own against Monkey Moon, and that has dropped underneath him. They just don't seem to be able to handle Monkey Moon one at a time.
Yeah, he can be really dangerous. His mechanics we've seen coming off the wall, coming off the ceiling can be a problem, and here he just squeezes it. I think Rizek's just jumping a little bit too early, and the ball just gets squeezed around him, perhaps committing too soon. And we've seen at times when they sit back and take their time a little bit, they play better. And I think just getting carried away there with the scenario of the game and the pressure of it, just committing too soon, getting a bit flustered and giving away a goal to BDS. But look, it's still 1-1 back in it. Rizek's trying to drop this one through. It comes off of the bar and out. Such a shame. Amigos so close to getting back into the lead.
So unlucky not to turn that inside the post instead of just outside. But I don't want to say anything at all right now. Mark Baye's going to put it onto the backboard. Ivan gets it clear. A little bit of room for just breathe. Just take a breath. Inhale, exhale. Nothing different from what you've done your entire life. Rizek's with possession, or at least with a 50. Going to squeeze the ball in midfield. Catalysm just waiting on the sideball there as he rotates back into defense. Rizek's with the clear. Ivan's going to chase it down, but Monkey Moon with the touch. 1:20 left. Nothing in this, Astral. All the pressure on the Amigos right now. What advice would you be giving them if you could?
Look, I'm not a coach for a grand final for an RLCS game, but I'll say if they could, I think a mental state right now is more important than play style. It's too late to try and switch anything up drastically. It's to keep them focused, keep them in the right space of mind, and making sure they're doing what they need to be doing. That is not the way they wanted to concede right here.
Fulgurance de la part du joueur des BDS, c'est vraiment très bien joué.
Eh oui, c'est bien joué, effectivement. Marc, il est là pour surgir. C'est la grande force de cette équipe, c'est que le premier joueur et le deuxième joueur dans la rotation chez BDS sont extrêmement proches. Il y a une connexion entre ces deux positions qui est folle. Et ce qui leur permet de punir sur dès qu'il y a un compte un peu favorable dans l'axe, il y a tout de suite un joueur là où d'autres équipes reculent un petit peu plus. Et c'est ce qui donne aussi cette vitesse de jeu qui fait trembler tellement d'équipes. Allez, 40 secondes à tenir pour aller chercher la victoire, pour aller chercher le titre dans cette saison de The Grid. Et pour, comme on l'a dit tout à l'heure, ajouter une ligne à ce palmarès déjà très chargé. Le ballon qui va revenir dans l'axe. Ouh, quelle déviation, quelle vitesse ici, il faut absolument défendre. Aïe, 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 IVL. Le double out fait...
Where is this?
They defend all game, they find the magic in the back of the hat from the coach himself. It gets pinged onto the backboard and finished off at the end of it. And BDS didn't expect that coming one bit, did it? They didn't see it from a mile away. Even if it was staring them in the face, they wouldn't have seen it until it was too late. German Amigos getting the all-important goal when it matters most to keep themselves alive in this series. They're going to need another one, but that's the best way to be. And if we want another overtime to make it tense, then they've got the right way about it. They need to make a save, though. Extra does get blocked out, but the pressure from BDS will keep on coming.
10 seconds on the clock now as Mark Bayek carries it too far over the goal. Ivan, cheeky little pinch out there. Catalysm coming forward. German Amigos hungry and a little bit of confidence from that equalizer, but they don't want to concede here. Overconfidence is just as dangerous. Oh my God. Right. It's game 6. It's overtime. German Amigos need the next goal to stay in it, and their goal is currently open as Extra comes towards the net, looking very dangerous indeed. Astral, my heart is in my mouth.
Oh, this is not good. They nearly gave the ball back to Extra. Mark by 8's got a chance as well. They should get this one clear as long as Ivan takes his time and does what he needs to do, but the pressure just continues to mount. The BDS players are flying back in with some pace. That Rizek's clear will buy some time, but the problem is it's found another BDS player very, very quickly, and we talked about them wasting possession. They need to find somebody up the field if they're going to hit it this long right now, because BDS are being a little bit more careful. They're waiting for these long clears.
Oh, Rizex was a great beat there, marked by 8. Able to find the touch. Ivan now with possession, and he's on the ceiling. Manages to get it away. I think he meant for that to be his first jump, not his second. Catalysm with, I don't even think, an intentional demo on mark by 8 there, but it is going to create a hole in the back line. Rizex trying to take advantage of that. Ivan's up. Catalysm's pushed quite high forward, and he's there.
My goodness.
The shot away. It won't beat Monkey Moon. And now Team BDS down the other end. They're able to break out, and a lot of pressure. This really could go either way at any moment.
Yeah, they just need to keep holding on and try and get another one of those counters. That pass from Ivan towards the centre that they nearly scored was absolutely phenomenal. It's a shame they couldn't quite get it in the back of the net, but they're having a couple of opportunities. Obviously, they're going more in the way of BDS so far, but they only need one. They need one well-placed one with a disruption. I was hoping Catalysm might get woken up to the fact that they could use demos a little bit more by pulling one out, and he's pulled another one out unintentionally. Sure, that's got to be the wake-up call now, that they need to start taking out these BDS players and keeping this ball up the field as they get another chance right here.
The fake beats marked by 8. Extra's the last man, but Catalysm doesn't quite have the angle to produce the flick that he needed. Marked by 8. Awkward touch. Rizex facing completely the wrong direction. Gets a good block. Monkey Moon, though, carrying it up, and he's looked so dangerous in the air. Once again, he looks dangerous in the air. And Ivan, once again, is there to make the save. Again, makes the save. It's downfield. Catalysm gives chase into the corner. Extra doing just what was required, but Rizex holding it up in the midfield, marked by 8, gonna take a touch. It's up onto the ceiling, gives the bounce down some momentum, but he won't get the beat. Rizex now up into the air, gets the touch over Extra, but bounced off of the ball himself. He won't be able to follow up, and Team BDS with these incisive passing plays are always a threat as it comes towards the net once again. Ivan's not home, but Rizex is there to answer the door and say, not just yet. Not just yet, Team BDS. 2 minutes and 42 seconds into overtime as BDS come forward again. Ivan with his 10,000th save of this grand final as Rizex into the corner. Getting some disruptions. Catalysm trying to come forward with it and takes it underneath. One Extra's in the corner, but Catalysm's better. Ivan's there to get the beat, and he will. It's onto the backboard. Rizex trying to do what he can here. Oh. German Amigos throwing everything they have at it, Astral, but it's still 2-2 deep in overtime in Game 6.
Yeah, I think the playstyle is still really, really smart, looking for these counterattacks when they get a few opportunities. But BDS, they press so high up the field, even when they've got no boost. You saw there with one of the players on the right-hand side, 0 boost, still chasing it, still doing what they can. And that's why German Amigos don't get any time to breathe. Catalysm with a block in there if we can get a follow-up on the third man, but they didn't want to risk it, German Amigos. Ivan will wait back, play it smart, and let Rizex cut it out instead. Another shot going across towards the backboard. Doesn't quite find the target, but German Amigos, I feel like they're just starting to come alive in the offense a little bit more.
I'm rigging my hands here for anyone who can't see my camera. BDS with the touch up towards the net.
Oh! It's hit the back.
Ça va passer, les BDS remportent ce bid et sont de nouveaux champions. Un nouveau titre pour cette équipe.
C'est cruel hein, pour les German Amigos qui ont eu une défense absolument somptueuse.
I feel like we should do a rendition of that shot coming in when I was the same. But, Team BDS are your grid spring champions. They were also your grid winter champions. BDS, the unstoppable, the undefeatable, the absolutely unbelievable, have taken this one down by 4 games to 2. And Stumpy, EU grid spring is over.
It is indeed, and German Amigos, mate, they put forward an incredible case for why they are going to make waves in the spring major. Bear in mind, guys, they are going to be there. They are a team to support, and it is such an exciting team to be looking forward to. You've seen how well they can play versus these teams so far. Like, they're them going through to the grand finals versus BDS after taking down Dignitas to get here as well. 4-0, a full sweep today. Here are our results. It started off with a couple of close series. Dignitas 4-3ing over Endpoint, denying that reverse sweep, of course. Solary, though, with a 4-1 over Liquid, led them to facing Endpoint in the lower quarterfinals and knocking them out 4-2. BDS then 4-1 Solary. German Amigos got rid of Dignitas quick as you like, 4-0. And then our wonderful grand finals. The overtimes in that series as well, just over 6 minutes in total. Those final 2 games, BDS had to fight hard to win the grid.
Yeah, you got to absolutely love it as well. $12,000 for winning those playoffs for Team BDS, plus $500 for every win in league play, but $7,000 for German Amigos, plus $500 per game, or sorry, per series that they won. And as you mentioned, Stumpy, qualifying for the major. It has been an immense run from the German Amigos. Far better than anything we predicted from them. Catalysm, Ivan, and our mate as well, Rizex. They just performed better than we ever expected.
Yeah, I had such a good time watching that. Team BDS tweeted back-to-back, hashtag the grid champions. Hashtag BDS power, marked by 8, already tweeting the grid champions again. Smirk. Double smirk.
Smirk.
And Cole, that's it for the grid overtime here in Europe, because we still have a North America to get to, don't we?
We do indeed. Well, before then, we have got EU Regional 3 starting on Thursday with the Day 0 broadcasts, and then on Friday on the mainstream. That'll run till Sunday. And yeah, NA Grid begins on Monday as well. So you guys can do it all over again with the fantastic, the beautiful, the stupendous Nose Dude and Stacks. And I was thinking during that one, it finished 4-2 to BDS. It reminded me of a conversation we had a long time ago of our favorite ever 4-2s. And that was months ago we had that conversation. We've been doing this for such a long time. RLCS X is beginning to draw to a close. It's not over just yet, but it's been a long old time and a beautiful few months of Rocket League.
Yeah, we hope that you have enjoyed having us. We have absolutely adored running through the grid overtime with you guys. We hope you had a fantastic time. There has been so much Rocket League put on by Psyonix with multiple production teams, a load of talent as well. Over on every single grid stream, there is an immense load of talent. Please go and check them out. If you follow any team in particular, give them love on any social media that you use. I am certain that certain casters, certain production teams will be looking out and they will really appreciate some of that love being given. Otherwise, guys, we would like to send you away as you send him some love for those teams on socials and in Twitch chat. Make sure that you do so. We would like to send you away with our best moments of the grid overtime for spring.
Spam love hearts!